Hockey Centre in Parkville for the second game of the night in this One Active Hockey One League Round 6 weekend.
Josh Simmons.
At the top again, Burns comes in, up and into the air. Surely it's going to get blown. It does indeed as it comes. Top again, a little bit of whip, and that's a simple save. Makes that look very, very easy. Just steps to his right-hand side and puts counter-attack, follows counter-attack. Good space into the circle on the backhand, chopped across. Goalkeeper gets enough on it. Canberra Chill, wasn't it? It's good to take it off the goalkeeper.
Ollie Will comes into the team tonight, and that's after gold medal at the Sultan of Johor. What can Hockey Club Melbourne fans look forward to seeing tonight from Ollie?
Well, there's the goal, unfortunately, as that interview was taking place. It's an early chance that's
A bit of a blow because they'd started at the other end by winning that first corner.
Well, it's that overhead into the circle. We've already talked about the athleticism and the strength of the players, but then when it's missed in that deep defence as an attacker, you've got to hold your ground. Good movement. Canberra into that middle position. Atkin just holding his strength. Slip from the defender, round the back, opportunity to break into the side of the circle, in and through, and the touch just goes wide after Aidan Dooley had cut around the outside. Double Castle, right-hand side, in and through and long. That's really well saved, good left. This beautiful platform to work from. Now they get that opportunity to build. The underarm ball surely is what they're looking for. They were indeed. Cooper Burns comes forward.
About the attractiveness of the game to see individual skill.
Yes, and it just, I talked about it with Ken Smith last night. There's stuff that...
What we're seeing from these sort of players is the real artistry of the game.
Oh, what a take that is. That is just incredible. Talk about Tom Craig. That's behind him as he somehow... Long drag in. Well, you called it, David. You said he's been the most damaging. And finally, if my calculations are correct, that is the 21st penalty corner in a row. Can he deliver once again? Get it to the top of the circle. Out to the top, Burns in on this one, all the way through. Goalkeeper with a good right foot clearance on the backhand. The chop across is well defended. Same thing, Smith's left Castle. Can he follow it up? In and through. It's a double. Same thing, top of the circle, in and through, saved on the line, and then punched in on the rebound. Ephraim's hunting, poaching in front of the line stop.
That second bottle of wine.
Smith off the top. Good power, but it's the goalkeeper's right-hand side this time. See, Workman's going to be a little bit happier. They've taken a couple of those opportunities. In and through. That's hit the post on the way through. Got round the goalkeeper. It's absolutely hammered.
Craig getting through that midfield. Back to Ephraim's, though. That confidence to hold the ball in tight space, right a tackle, and then set up the next play. That's...
Tom Craig. Step in. Tom Craig has absolutely picked it for Canberra Chill. Get it out to that right-hand side. Craig, eyes up, can drive at the circle line through the last two defenders, never mind round them.
Challenge particularly around that circle area.
What a steal. Great take on that shave tackle underneath. Little ball under the arm, goes for the 1-2, back into the circle across. That is the miss of the tournament. My question would have been, would you have got there to score it?
Fair point.
If you've been lying on the turf with your stick there, quite possibly. On the backhand, across, save and scramble clear, but only as far as the ball across the goal again. Early corner. Burns on the top of the circle, in and through, and rips it high to the goalkeeper's left hand, but Brendan Hill makes that look really easy, outstretched. Really good turn, great movement through that midfield channel, great carry from Murray once again, in on the circle, picks it onto his forehand, plays it across, good save. But that's why it's high, considered to be dangerous.
Simon was straight down the races for Hayden Dillon, the captain for Canberra Chill. From very untrained eye, looked like a dislocated shoulder.
Ball into the circle, on the backhand, in and finished. What a great finish that is from the top of the circle. Ephraim's into the top of the circle. Goalkeeper comes out in front of him. Ephraim thinks about backhand, stays there, goes around, just takes a little bit too long. Goalkeeper, good double save. That's just been worn on the hand of Ben Staines. We were talking about hand injuries earlier on. Ben Staines, he stepped forward. That was just whipped into his left hand. Glancing down. Really clever carry outside the right foot of Henderson. Henderson carried it in and through. In this game, they scored 1 direct and 1 on the rebound. So still not particularly great for how many they're winning. Absolutely incredible. But if you win 27, you think you might score a couple more. Great ball through into the circle to the high striker. The peel out on the reverse. The angle. Straight through the goalkeeper. Rattles it in. What a finish that is. Takes the ball in, under control. Not too much pace on that goalkeeper. Stays really deep. There's a spin around. Enough pace and enough power. Nothing that Brendan Hill can do. He needs to jam his hand, his forearm down by his left foot. Almost physically impossible.
In place is Ollie Will.
Newcastle in through. Smith straight down the middle between the goalkeeper's feet. I think that was. There's your prize. Out they go, Newcastle again, but that's not a clean trap on that one. And all of a sudden, Smith just tries to whip that in towards goal.
Complete shootout. And you can, both teams are just almost trying to take each other on.
Slip slide at the top of the circle in the end. Hockey Club Melbourne, lovely reverse ball in and through and touch. Does Cooper Burns get the final touch as it comes through, or does everybody leave it? Ollie will. Doing so, Ollie will. Crossfield ball, will it get there? It will in the end. Lovely slap in opportunity and a deflection. Absolutely slammed into the goalkeeper. The crossfield run from Ephraim's. Strong opinion on stuff. We've gone a little bit too far. We'll come back to it in a minute, have we, from an obstruction perspective. Hockey Club Melbourne into the bottom there, floated across and takes a touch. To Ephraim who gets the final touch as it just floats. Can he make more of this one? Oh, that's a lovely fake. Does so well. Threatens.
I mean, Henderson's used that skill really well to protect the ball.
That is a lovely, beautiful opportunity, crafted with some invention, some pace, and some instinctive knowledge where your teammate is. Just move it on.
Glutes and the ability to change direction. Once they get fatigued, the game gets pretty hard.
Yeah, and Henderson's showing how he's still got some wheels left, and the adrenaline of positive score lines. Obviously, Cam coming into this off the back of that really big positive result, now facing this real negative result. That kind of is a bit of a roller coaster of emotion, you could say, from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, well, I think they'll be pretty flat. Clearly, we heard pre-game the words opportunity, and they haven't taken it. I think they've been a bit shell-shocked at how
the crowd are booing. The hooter, I think, had already gone. They don't like it. The 9 doesn't become double figures, I don't think. As a neutral, I'm going to suggest that the hooter had gone in our earpieces. It hasn't indeed been given, David. I'm sorry to disappoint you. 9 doesn't become 10. Ephraim's doesn't get his 5th. However, it is powerful and it is dominant.